Good morning, gang. Hope everybody's doing great. We're hanging out today. Savon's in travel mode. He's on the road right now as we speak. At least I'm pretty sure. So we're going to hang out. Caleb and I, welcome in, dude. I think we got the phone line for you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'll have somebody give us a little test ring here in a minute. Let me turn it on. And hopefully works out. Just
Fingers
the
crossed,
last
right?
time we tried it, Savon forwarded it to his own personal phone.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and so
Awesome.
I was
Super helpful.
I started getting calls from Haley, and I was like, I don't think she's meaning to call into my show. I don't.
Answered it. Oh, hi, Haley. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, she's like, I meant to call Savon. I was like, oh snap, oops. Let me bring this up here. Okay, we got it going. No Savon Fest show. You guys are rude.
I had to take an emergency shit before I came over. And you know how some toilet paper rolls are like the thing that goes into the wall, whatever you call that? It's like too small for the toilet paper roll. Like we've got to the point where like consumerism has created toilet paper rolls twice the size of normal, like what they used to be. Well, our toilet paper rolls don't actually fit into the thing yet. So you have to like really pull maybe like 3 times before you can actually get like a reasonable amount of toilet paper. And so I was like really rushing, really trying to push it out and get going. So when I went to go pull the toilet paper, it was like rip. Every time I would pull it, it would get stuck and it would keep
square
ripping and
by
ripping.
square.
Yep. And so that was me for the last 45 seconds until I get over here.
Amazing. All right, I think we do have the phone hooked up. So if anybody wants to give a test run, let's see if this bad boy's fired up. We got the call line going across. Athena, good morning. Been loving all the stuff you and Hiller are doing. It's awesome. Really cool to see. I'm glad you guys are
incredible.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing it with all of us, right? Taylor is still in the lead. He is. Does he still have the first place on the leaderboard?
I think so. I imagine
Wow.
if there's anybody who has a better score, it won't get posted until 4:59 tonight or something.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If somebody's
Which I fucking hate.
They're gaming it, huh?
Which is it's kind of some bullshit, to be honest.
You don't like the gaming of
it? Yeah. If you don't think the open matters, and you're gonna wait until 4:59 to post your score, then the open matters. Because you're worried about what other people have on their scores. Don't you think?
That's true. They're competitive. And they're going to hold out to that last minute. But then at the same time, when it's their convenience, they're like, it don't matter. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the show.
What's happening?
How we doing?
I'm outstanding, brother. I was just giving this a little test run just to see if we was good to go.
Yeah, worked. First try. Nailed it.
So this ain't going to be my typical call because I'm going to be quick. I got shit to do with the girls. But real talk, if I didn't see Taylor's motherfucking score myself, I'm like, ain't no way that motherfucker got no more. Goddamn. 40. Let me see that. Right? Remember back in the day before people who knew Josh Bridges was? Ain't no way Josh Bridges got 493 reps.
Yep.
That performance was up there with that. Well, I saw it, and I still am like, hey, did y'all sure y'all sped that up a little bit and edited the clock? That motherfucker was all gas, just straight cooking.
Yep.
Yeah, there.
Hey, he wanted it. He had the odds stacked against him a little bit. Everybody was favoring Dallin quite a bit, and so I know Taylor wanted to put on a show, make a statement.
Yeah, no, I went Taylor on heat one because that dude he got a dark side to him. And people who got like that dark side, they just got something different about them.
That's right.
But all right, man, this was just a test call, and so I'll holler at you, man. You have a good one. It's all up.
All righty, thank you, bro. Talk to you soon, bud.
Later.
Bye. Awesome. Yeah, somebody always gets to hit the first call to where it's just low pressure. You could just say like, "Hey, I'm just calling to check it." That's how I bait. That's how I get a little money going in the tip jar. You know what I mean?
People feel comfortable, Come on in, give us a call. It don't matter. Low stress. Just hang out.
Will said something up here in these comments that I thought was interesting. Oh, here he goes. All right, let's get down to it. He's going to bet FitLab is going to buy CrossFit.
Oh, is that the company that just bought RPM and Assault Fitness?
Is it?
I think
FitLab.
so. Yeah, we were looking at them yesterday, and they own pretty just weird studio fitness stuff. Like one of them is like Nike Studios, which I've actually never seen a single Nike studio anywhere. I'd guess those are like gyms, like really. Oh, it's because it's in Newport Beach. That's why.
Oh, yeah, like that would look like a fucking Newport Beach gym.
It's only in Newport. All right.
I imagine a gym like that with the size that it is, like you're only like how many people are really working out there at one time? You're probably only doing a class. Yeah, you're doing a class of like 3 people. So
it's the size of the Shadican, basically. Like you get one person who can work out in here, and that's it. You got to split it up by hour. Like you get your mom in here, and that's it, and then your dad can come 2 hours later or some shit.
Is this the FitLab site?
Yeah, this is what they. This is like what they own, I guess. McGregor Pass, which is some training company for McGregor. Fit Plan, another kind of training app, I think.
Just a bunch of really good looking half naked people on that photo.
Of course, right? just hot. A lot of boob jobs in that picture there. Racked. Yeah, Racked is a great advertising scheme. For sure. I like that. Another boutique gym. There you go. Ragnar, which we hadn't heard anything about Ragnar in a long time, I don't think. Are people still doing Ragnar races?
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, what was it again? Can you remind me? I remember like hearing about it, but
Ragnar was like it's like what Spartan races are. They do like obstacle course stuff, and they have like you run through a fire pit at the end, and it's like you traverse wooden obstacles and rope swings and ladders and shit like that. I think that's what it was.
It's like American Ninja Warriors type thing.
Yeah, but like it was like a weekend thing. Like instead of doing a 5K, you go do an obstacle course kind of thing, and then you get a medal and shit like that. RPM. This is RPM and Assault were the 2 that they just
recently bought.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sanctuary Fitness, safe space for people who want to work out.
Mason Mitchell, Ragnar and Spartan is rainbow.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a relay race.
Oh.
Ragnar's a relay race. Okay.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Thank you.
Right. Well, see, it's so good. No one knows what the hell it is.
That's right.
Oh, Dan Garrity, the audacity of Hunter McIntyre to go live at the same time as you gentlemen. He has a show? I think
he does.
Oh. Can we troll him?
When you Google Hunter McIntyre, it says he's a TV personality. Has nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, has nothing to do with him being an athlete whatsoever. He's just a personality. Yeah. He's got a catch-up show with Parker.
He's an industry plant. Okay. How's that going?
34 people watching.
Oh, wow. It sounds like yeah, go Braylon, go go talk to him, please. Let him know.
Yeah. He's in a new bedroom, just like every other time we see him.
Tell him he could he could wait till after we're done. We'll send people over his way. I was gonna also just rip off live call-in notes that Sevon had last time. Did we have those in there? I mean, I had some stuff, but like tomorrow we have the producer and technical producer, meaning he also like sets the whole thing up for Mark Bell's podcast, Andrew. Super stoked to have him on. He's been sending some stuff back and forth as Sevon's gonna do a little revamp of his studio as he likes to do. I think specifically around the news show, which is absolutely crushing.
Yeah, that show is good.
Fuck, that show is doing so good. It's
short,
fun
15
too.
Minutes, just bullshit for a little while about specific things.
Yeah, I like it. It's great, and it's funny too because it's like news, but you actually could just watch just those, and you would really have an idea of everything that's going on in the space in under 14 minutes, which is awesome. And he's been cranking them out. Knowing Sevon, it was like, oh, I'll do like one a week, and then it turned into like every day.
He's like, holy shit, there's news all the time. I can talk
Yeah.
about anything. We can do this
Once you-
forever.
That's right. Once you get going and you look for it, you end up finding it, right?
Yeah.
Professor KS, I like the Caesar show. Thank you. That's
I like
really
your avatar.
nice of you.
Great.
If I hear absolutely crushing it one more time from this
What do you want us to say?
that's our
fucking it up.
saying.
We're beating this shit up, dude. We're dicking it down. We're going. We're really rolling, dude.
Oh, he has a point though, because you always say absolutely crushing it.
What's the
Absolutely.
alternative? Give us some synonyms, you know?
Yeah, help
Some
us out.
catchphrases.
Oh, fuck, he's not wrong though. New shows are crushing because people have zero attention span.
And that's
Yeah.
why everybody likes shorts and reels and et cetera, et cetera. Dicking it down.
Mason approves, Caleb.
All right, I like it.
So we got it. This
We're really dicking it down, dude.
the new show's just been dicking it down lately. Oh, that's hilarious.
Perfect.
Okay, I have oh wait, my notes. These notes that I had in my I just searched live call-in notes and it said like March 1, but then the call-in notes looked like they were from January 27th.
Oh, yeah, I think he copy pasted it, and then I opened the whole message, and there's a shitload of them.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you want to just pick a random one? Are they numbered?
No,
They are, huh?
he stopped numbering.
They stopped numbering them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, fuck it. Throw one up there. Let's let it fly. Let's react to it. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Caleb's gonna pick the topic, the video, whatever. We're gonna throw it up on the screen in a minute here, and we'll watch it. We'll consume the information, and then we'll have you guys give some opinions on it. Oh, and this pen just exploded on my hand.
Oh, nice,
All right.
awesome, love that.
Good times. Shit.
Oh, here. We'll let Sousa figure that out.
I think I'll just wipe it on the chair. It's black. It's a black.
It's a black chair. Fuck it.
No worries. My wife's gonna be pissed.
She wants to. It's fine.
Ken, you're late to class, buddy. If you would have showed up in the first 10 minutes, you would have known where he's at. Okay. Don't you worry about where he's at. No, Savan's traveling. Weird, Matt. That I wiped it on the chair. What'd you want me to do? Just get up and leave? We're in the middle of a show. Show must go on. Show must go on. Absolutely crushing that pen.
Absolutely crushing it. That's right. Maybe that should be the title of the show. Absolutely crushing this space.
Absolutely crushing with Caleb.
Dang. Okay. All right. Yeah, I like it. It's good.
This is the absolutely crushing it show with Caleb. All right.
I just went to the bottom and I'm just gonna roll through from bottom to top.
Okay. Did we listen to this one already? I don't know if
know.
we did. Okay. Let us know if we did. I can't remember all of them.
All right, here we go.
Whenever there's research that talks about the benefits of social media and minimizes the harms, you can follow the money to find that it was nearly always backed by a big tech firm. Let's take a look at this article, which was published 2 days ago. This article was prepared by Professor Przybylski. He works for the Oxford Internet Institute, which prides themselves on producing world-class research to understand our life online. So let's take a look at this recent research article that was put out by this institute. And let's go to the funding section. You will see that this research was funded by the Hugh Family Foundation. And if you look up this foundation, you can see that the first trustee listed is Dr. Jan Hugh, who is the managing partner of Capula Investment Management. Now let's look at the investment fund of Capula Investment Management. 7% of their portfolio, over $100 million in shares, are in Meta. So the research from Oxford Internet Institute is not in fact objective. The research is funded by a foundation that benefits from positive news about Meta. And this isn't the only.
It sounds a lot like the NSCA and Coca-Cola.
Right?
Sounds pretty familiar to me.
We've seen it. I thought, yeah, it's funny that started, and I was like, I don't think we've seen this one. Then partly through, I was like, oh yeah, we have. Yeah, it's the fact checkers, the same fact checkers that also tell you that men could get pregnant. So they're really checking those facts out thoroughly.
Wonder if they've ever seen somebody, man, get pregnant before.
That's a great question. I'm willing to bet no. we already know the answer to that one. Does anybody want to call in and talk about that? No, they probably just want to talk about CrossFit.
Probably.
Did you guys already do the open? Is anybody waiting till last day? Did you do it, Caleb?
Yeah, I did it. I did it on Friday morning,
Okay.
and so my wife and I have been training a lot lately, like together. We actually end up. Normally we don't have time to do it because she's working or I'm working, whatever. But
Mhm.
since we moved back, we've been able to work out a lot, and it's been really nice. And so we did it together, but we like had a whole thing. I was like, "Are you going to do it first? You want me to do it first?" And she goes, "Well, I don't want to do it first." I was like, "Okay, then I'm going to go first," which was a mistake. Okay, it's a
Uh-oh.
total mistake. So I went first, and I got 12:29, and I was like dead. Like I don't think I could have gone any faster. It was rough.
Uh-oh.
And then
She
so
knew your
then
time though.
exactly. You know where this is going. And
Yep.
so then, and I know we've been like, when we train together, we're like pretty similar in times and percentages and that kind of thing. Like she's pretty strong, she's pretty fit, and she's improving at a rapid rate. And so then she goes and she fucking like middle of the workout, like her feet started cramping or whatever. She ends up taking her shoes off and still beats me by 30 seconds.
Wardrobe change and
Yeah.
still takes your time.
In the middle of it, still beats me by 30 seconds and just absolutely smokes it. So yeah, I mean, it was good. I definitely, it hurt. Like my lungs were pretty, like I was coughing for probably an hour after the fact, but it was good. How about you? Did you do it?
No, I haven't done it yet. I finally just got use of my arm all the way back in full strength.
Oh
I don't
shit.
know if you, yeah. So like holding the camera, like I did at the CrossFit for Health Summit, like in this weird angle, like interviewing and filming, and then I fell asleep on the airplane. And when I woke up, like I had compressed a nerve, and I went to go reach to grab my bag from the overhead, and like this arm was like fell asleep. And then the next day, it was like even worse. And then it took about 3 weeks just to get the range of motion back
Oh,
and to be
dude.
able to do this. And so then I started saying like, okay, I'm pressing, you know, a 1 5-pound dumbbell and a 10. And so by Friday, I was able to barely press a 20-pound dumbbell, and I could snatch the 50 because I could just use the momentum.
Yeah,
But like trying to like control it on the way down is a little sketchy. So I was hoping I could use that as an excuse to just not do the first workout. But today it actually feels pretty good, and the strength's pretty much all the way back. So
Well, you got till 5. You could do it like an hour before or whatever, and just
I
say,
know.
fuck it. But that is kind of shitty.
Just if I'm
You're
gonna do it or not. Gosh, dude, we had a couple people at our gym that did pretty well. One of the members, Nakoa, got a 6:47 time on his, and he was fucked up afterwards. It was exactly like Taylor. Like he finished and it was like all right for a second, and then as time went on, it just got progressively worse to the point where I was like generally like worried. I was like, "Are you sure you're good? Like, do we get you some water?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he was just like in the corner, just jacked up.
Oh
It was
my god.
crazy. It was crazy. Matt Burns, Sue's a scale at 35. So what would you tell your athletes? Yeah. Fuck.
You're gonna get sucked into it now. Now it's a thing.
I know. Well, I could do it. You know what the funny part is like in my mind, because of my ego, I'm like, well, if I do it 35s, I'm gonna crush it. Like that's probably not even the case at
right.
all.
He's like, now my shoulders, and then the next day your shoulders gonna be extra fucked, and you're not gonna be able to move it again for the next 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Did you see what Hiller's girl did?
No.
She
Oh, with
just-
the 5-pound weight or whatever?
I don't think she even used a weight. She was just like touching the ground and touching overhead with her left arm. I think she had
Oh.
surgery or something. Here, I'll pull it up. Yeah, she was just moving through it. Hiller ended up redoing it. I don't know if you saw that, but
Yeah.
he was let me see right here.
And he did it with a giant belly. You better do it. I mean, okay. Magdalene says I should. Oh yeah, she's just rolling through the motion.
Oh, it doesn't have a fine pound weight. You're right. Or like
Or maybe not even. Maybe that's even just like a 1 pounder or a 2 pound.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Hillary did much better his second time.
He looks better in this one then.
Mm-hmm. It was funny. Someone's like, "What'd you do different?" He's like, "Warmed up."
Hey, that's a lesson for all you jokers out there. If you're not warming up, you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, Alexis is doing it. She's scaling it. I should. All right. Fuck it.
Yeah, there it
I'll
is.
give it a try. The workout that I had programmed at the gym today just seems so much more fun than that one.
Was it power cleans and toes to bar or something?
No, it was Kinda. It was AMRAP 15 push press at 95 pounds, 15 pull-ups, 15 squat cleans at 95 pounds, 15 box jump overs.
Oh, nice. Was that
Yeah.
that was an AMRAP?
AMRAP, 15-minute AMRAP. Yeah,
Nice.
it's the class workout for today.
Here's
Ernie, I did it Saturday and still filling at 11:21. Nice job, dude.
damn nice.
Will, my back still hurts, not worth it. Okay, so there we go. I'm just gonna take Will's comment.
Last
You
week,
know what, guys?
last week Taylor programmed like a bunch of on Sentinel training. He programmed like a shitload of light power snatches. Like it was like an EMOM kind of thing with just light cycling power snatches. And for like 2 or 3 days after that, my back was fucked up. Like could not like I couldn't bend over without how like spreading you like spread your legs and you're like really trying to reach the ground. Like I couldn't pet my dog. It was that bad.
That's
And
rough.
my dog's really short and I'm really tall, so that could have been part of it. But yeah, so and then when I saw that get programmed or that was the open workout, it's like I'm fucked. My back is
already
busted.
toasty. Have you been following Taylor's program? Are you on his?
Yeah,
Oh,
I do.
Nice.
I do his 60 stuff, so I'm not super crazy. I would like to do more. I just don't really have time for it. But I'll get up in the morning and I'll do the Sentinel 60 at the affiliate I would train at, and it's really good. It's actually 60 minutes, so you're not like because how sometimes there's like it's only an hour, it's whatever. It ends up being like 75 minutes or 90 minutes, and I just don't have time for that. So
Yeah.
but I follow it, and it's like almost to a T, 60 minutes. Like I get there at 7:30 and I'm done by 8:30 and perfect time. It's cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
That is cool. I'm gonna check some of his stuff out. I always said like if I stopped programming myself, I'd either go with like what he's doing or what Hiller's doing. Braylon Tender, fitness competitor, task priority is greater than time priority. You're not wrong. You said work in time, and I wasn't gonna bring that one up, but then when you did it with the correct vernacular terms, then I was like, okay, we'll pull it up. Braylon.
I like it. It's good.
Zach Smith, 9:53. Good job. Sub 10.
Dude.
Sub 10 is good. Is good. Matt Burns here. Centennial is well thought out, excellent programming. I mean, Taylor puts a ton into his stuff. There's no question about that.
What's really cool about it is like he'll program something and I'll have a question in my mind of like, okay, how does he want, what's the intent of the workout or what's the intent of this strength session or whatever it is. And I'll go into the app. I'll pull up like the notes because he has it like broken down. So like there's the 60, there's compete, and then there's notes for both of them. So you can go into the notes and you look at the notes, and 9 times out of 10, actually I would say 10 times out of 10, the answer to my question is in the notes. So like and I haven't had, I know I can like text him and ask him or whatever, but I've never had to text him and see like, what do you mean by this program? What do you mean by this session or whatever?
Yeah.
It's always thought out. It's really cool. I've never had that with any other program I've ever used. Like,
damn,
I've tried everything. I've done all of them.
Yeah, and not to mention getting the current fastest time in 21.1 pretty much solidifies if it's working or not, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Even Philip Kellop agrees that Taylor does a good job of giving stimulus in the notes. Caleb, I want to see you in the chat more often.
Oh yeah, there's also a chat on the app. I don't talk in the chat.
Okay.
I see people in there. I don't do that. I'm sorry.
I was like, in the chat, he's right in front of your face.
I'll chat with you right now, Gus.
Like, what do you gotta
say? I'll tell you right now how this session went. I freaking pulled a 365 deadlift, and I got a sub 10 on the workout today, and my wife still beat me. So there you go. That's what happened today.
You gotta start putting her in first heat. Make her go first more often.
Oh shit! I gotta have somebody else judge her. That's fucked up.
Mark Moss, 8:48 for me. Took a 15-second break in a 22-second break. Dude, are you one of those guys that like sprints the workout and then like takes a knee and like takes a really long break, then like sprints it again? I always feel like those people are gonna like burn out and then they don't and they beat me and I'm pissed. I'm like, fuck.
When I took the level 1 last month or a couple months ago or whatever, that was one thing that Joe Westerlin talked about. He's like, what's the point of sprinting if you're just gonna rest for 40 seconds? Like if you're like, you'd be better off if you made a consistent pace the entire time. I'm paraphrasing obviously, but You'd be better off if you stayed consistent throughout the entire workout, and then you would probably likely finish faster than if you were like, I'm going to do a 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting. When you took your L1, what was the workout? Like thrusters and burpees? Is it the same workout every time?
Same thing. Yeah, I think it's 15 and 15 for 3 rounds. 15 thrusters, 15 burpees, and it's just regular burpees, not even like
Over the bar,
bar
I think.
over or bar
Yeah.
facing or anything. So yeah, it was
easier.
It was rough, man. They were like, "Oh, pick a weight that you can like go unbroken or whatever," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "I can do 95-pound thrusters. I can do that."
Yeah.
And I did. I think I got through 1 round, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." I was like at 5, and I was just dying on the burpees.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, I remember one of the first L1s, like, I took way back in my day, and it was still Fran at the time, right? So you did Fran. That was the workout on the first day. And man, I remember I was like part of that group that just like cared so much about what my time was going to be in that L1. Like, I was like, okay, Matt, you got this. If you get a great time, they're going to see you. And this was done at NorCal CrossFit, like back when that was the hype with like Khalifa, Miranda.
Jason Khalifa's gonna see this,
dude. I was like, they're gonna see my time, and they're gonna be like, we need to invite this guy to work out with us. He's going to reach it out.
Seminar staff, that guy.
It was so funny, and I did fucking terrible in the workout. I'm sure. I don't even like remember, but I'm positive I went out way too hot. And the other thing too, there was like at that time, the like safety feature was that you had to like wrap your thumb around the pull-up bar. Like you couldn't like monkey grip it.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, okay, you can't monkey grip it if you do it this way. And I also think they might have even said like no butterfly pull-ups at that time.
Oh, so it was just skipping.
Yeah, in the room.
Which would make sense, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just all safety stuff, right? So like if you have somebody who's on there who's like not paying attention, who's new and tries to do a butterfly pull up and slips off. Also, too, this was at the time when like the L1 sold out like crazy. Like this was probably late 2012, early 2013. And you would just go on there and you would click and you would see like the next fucking year sold out. Right. All across the world. And I did my first L1 at NorCal CrossFit when it was like that whole NorCal crew of Miranda, Jason, Pat Barber, Garrett Fisher, Neil Maddox, and all those guys were actually in the L1. They taught it, not Garrett Fisher at the time. He was younger and just working out with them.
Right.
But there was probably like 60 people inside that L1, dude.
Oh my God.
And the way that the gym was set up, like they had a pretty decent like lecture hall spot inside the gym that Jason had. And then outside they have this big open room in NorCal CrossFit. In fact, I bet you there's I bet you if we type in NorCal CrossFit, we could probably find like a shot of it, but 2013. But the inside of that gym was like, it was huge. It was one of the biggest ones in the area, and it was still like wall to wall people. It was nuts. And so you couldn't drop the barbell. Like there was just a bunch of stuff that they had put in place for like safety issues. Oh, is this it? Flow Sports back in the day. Oh yeah, we got it. You guys
Flow Sports, dude. Oh man.
Oh, check it out, gang. And this might have been okay, let's see. Oh yeah, the Chris Henshaw era. Look at how young Chris looks right there too.
Baby.
Dang. So this is at a track in like San Jose. Yeah, this was it. The NorCal gym. Oh, we only got to get to see that portion of it. Yeah, so this was like that big room. Yeah, this room right here.
Dude.
Damn, we can't see a lot of it like I was hoping. The rest of it's they're in like a swimming pool or something. But yeah, so this was the space, and they had that basketball hoop there. Yeah, so you guys could see that back spot. There was like this office. There's a big. So it used to be like a normal like Globo gym like way back in the day, and I think Jason got it because he like knew the guy or something like that. But it was crazy the amount of like space that they had in there. Pat Barber. Yeah, Pat Barber.
Look how long
and then,
are.
That was one of the most impressive physical feats I've ever seen.
Is that Arm & Hammer?
Yeah, it is. Holy
Oh
shit.
shit!
You used to work
Damn,
for
y'all,
CrossFit.
we're
That
digging
was
deep.
the guy.
But
Man, that's
yeah,
how old
so
we are.
anyway, that particular gym and stuff was cool.
That's awesome.
And to like see it at the time. But anyways, I was like all set up to do my Fran. I was in like second heat. There was a couple other studs that were second heat with me. Just came out hot in that round of 21 and died. And we had one guy. So this was back like in that time too. They would literally ask like at the L1, like how many of you guys are currently doing CrossFit? And what would happen is like there would be a probably 70% of the room would raise their hand that they're currently doing CrossFit. So there'd be like 20 to 30% of the people in your L1 that had never done a CrossFit workout. They were like personal trainers. They were working at other gyms and stuff like that. And they knew CrossFit was like on the rise. And so they literally just went as a continued education to like learn about the methodology.
Wow.
And there was this one Filipino dude, I'll never forget. And so it was him and like a buddy of his. So they went and did the L1 together. Neither of them had done CrossFit, but they worked in the fitness industry, obviously, and were like personal trainers and stuff. And they were super like juiced about all of it and basically had just kind of been introduced to the whole thing. And so they do Fran for the first time. And this poor guy, and I don't know if they still did this in your L1, but when it came down to the last person, they started bringing everybody in to like applaud them.
Oh yeah, no, they did not do that.
They
There
don't
were,
do
like,
that anymore?
when I did it, I had like, I think we had 12 people in the class. So like if it was
Oh,
super small.
okay.
But I
Okay.
think the last time when I did it in 15 or 16, I think they did that.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
they were bringing everybody together. And I mean, again, this was like a group of 60, right? So this guy's like just struggling to get his last like kipping pull-ups. And he was definitely like a stronger fit person. So he's like doing all of his 21 and then we go over and just do fast, strict pull-ups, right? Like
Damn.
no lack of effort on this dude's part at all. Fit guy. So everybody crowds in, everybody's like yelling to go. He finishes his last set of 9 pull-ups, drops down, and just right there just collapses. And so everybody kind of applauds, like give him the high five, and he's like doing one of these, like, oh yeah, thanks. And 10 minutes later, and they had the beer social then. Did you have a beer social in yours
Yep.
too?
They still do
Okay.
that. Yep.
Yeah. So then it was like after everybody finished up, they're cracking beers at the ice chest and calling everybody over. It was done for the first day. And you look back and homeboy's like still there in the same spot under the pull-up bar. And so at this point, like the staff members they're like around him and like checking on him and they're trying to bring him a water. Somebody's bringing him like a Fit Aid. Maybe they're thinking like get a little like sugar or something in him.
Yeah.
People are kind of trying to see if they can get some stuff to eat. And then after we kind of do the beer social for a little bit, everybody hung out. We go back into the lecture hall and they just say a couple closing remarks and everybody gets to go home. Well, they had to kind of like his buddy had to like help him into the fucking lecture like area. And he's just in the chair, just dead, right? And so it turns out as I go to leave, everybody's like leaving, and you know how it is. It's like summer camp. So towards the end of the first date, after everybody worked out, you kind of got buddies there and stuff, and you're
Right.
talking. So a bunch of us are like leaving. I'm kind of talking with the group at the door, and I get in my car, and it turns out I'm parked right next to him and his buddy. And I look over in the passenger seat, and homeboy is just laid out in the passenger seat. They got it laid, the seat reclined. He's got some sort of cold like towel over his face, and I like lean. I'm like, "Hey, you good, dude?" And he's like, kind of gives me the thumbs up, and his buddy's like, I'm taking him home, blah blah blah. So they leave. We get back the next day, and everybody is kind of like wondering what happened to that dude. And so we start off the day, and Miranda, I forget, she like asked him, and she's like, "So how many guys like first time doing Fran enjoyed it?" And the guy like raises his hand, and everybody kind of recognizes that's him. No prompting. He just stands up in the back of the class and goes, "Yesterday I saw Jesus," and then just sits back down. But he was like as serious as like all get out. And I'll just never forget, like everybody just starts like busting up and he just kind of shakes his head and they're like, "Okay, that was your first official CrossFit workout?" And he's like, "It was." Like, and he came back and he's like, "Yep."
You've been indoctrinated.
It was solid. Yeah. Mason, the golden era, dude. It so was, man. Phil Kelly, that's where I did my L1. Oh, interesting.
Wow.
That gym, I think he ended up having to I don't know when, but he shut that gym down and started like consolidating into some other new spaces. Cave Dasher, I forget how old Sousa is sometimes. Cool. Good looking out, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
2 stories of back in my day when I got my L1, and then right, continuing off the story that I couldn't lift my arm above my head. He was not okay. No, he wasn't okay.
No, he wasn't.
Somebody else said something. They did that to us too, Sousa. The dude wanted to quit so bad. Guy hated every second of it. Yes, that's the thing. Like you could just tell people are just fucking miserable and are like, let me off the ride. Caller, hi, good morning.
Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Beaver.
Morning.
While we're on the subject of everybody dying at their L1, we had one dude at mine 2 years ago who had never done CrossFit before. Same type deal. Like, and seemed like he was in a reasonable enough shape or whatnot. And we were all like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "Well, I heard about it." And I was like, "So you heard about it, and you decided it'd be a good idea to spend $1,000 to come hang out with us for 2 days? Cool.
It's commitment, baby.
Well, we're getting ready. Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring him on in. So we get ready to do the thruster burpee workout, and he is lined up right next to me. And I'm just looking at him going, this is probably not going to end too well, but whatever, moving right along. We get done, and he is just laying on the ground in a complete puddle heap, whatever you want to call it, just looking up like nothing for a good solid 10, 15 minutes after everybody was already done. I picked up their barbells.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me afterwards and he goes, "Man, you could have told me something." And I was like, "No, some things people just have to learn on their own."
Hey, the thing is
right.
even if you would have told him, he would have said like, okay, sure, and still got caught up in the moment, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, was
that was so much fun.
Was that Fran or was that you? Was that the thruster burpee workout?
Thruster burpee workout.
Yeah.
Thruster burpee workout. We did not do Fran at all. I wish we would have. That would have been cool.
Yeah. I wonder what year they stopped it. When did you get your L1?
2 years ago.
Oh, awesome. And how was the overall course for you in general?
Oh, I enjoyed the shit out of it, dude.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. I left. I mean, I had read a lot of stuff from the journal and just the manual and whatnot before I went, but it's still an eye-opening experience whenever you go, just being able to put all that stuff into practice. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, especially if you've been doing CrossFit for a while and then you see the method to the madness and you like all the puzzle pieces fitting together when you really learn that the deeper side of the methodology, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So I as soon as my L1 is just about up, I'm going to go and do the L2 and then do the same thing probably when it's time for the L3.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll really enjoy the L2. I like the L2 because you just get to spend a ton of time kind of like working the craft specifically, like coaching and working, on your seeing, your verbal, correcting movement,
Right.
Visual, tactile cues. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, we I want to be as good of a coach as I possibly can to the members at my gym. So there's no reason for me not to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Good on you too. I love that motivation. You're doing it for the betterment of all the people in your community.
Absolutely. Well, I'm blessed, dude. So the guy that owns the gym did got his L3 this past year, 2023. Another one of my coaches took hers, passed it, got her the L3 last year. That one was hilarious because she failed the L2, I want to say 6 times, and she passed the L3 on the first try.
Oh, wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
And then one of the other coaches who is basically my mentor and whatnot is going for his L3 this month, as a matter of fact, in like 2 weeks. I think the week after the Open.
Oh, that's awesome. What gym is this at?
CrossFit BIRTHFIT in Gonzales, Louisiana.
Nice. Well, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, thanks for calling in and sharing the story, man. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So y'all have fun.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. Everybody that's got they got some sort of story about their workout in that one. Let's read a couple of these comments here. Kevin M. There was a police union rep at my L1. Looked like he had never worked out, let alone done CrossFit. I think he's still trying to finish.
Damn.
Jeez. Austin Hartman, I saw a couple people get the grittiest / deepest in the pain cave I've ever seen them for 24.1. Really cool moment to see them hurt like that for the first time. Now that they know what intensity is. Yeah, you know what? That's true too. We had quite a few newcomers to the Open this year at the gym, and it's funny because a lot of them kind of do RX and some workouts kind of don't, push themselves, but don't really like find that extra gear. And the Open really does that. Like it's just a normal workout you would normally do at your gym at the spot, but you get a judge, you get a group of people around you, you kind of build those nerves a little bit. And when that 3, 2, 1 go hits, everybody comes out shot out of it like a cannon.
It was
and they
so
will
weird.
find a new gear.
Yeah, it was so weird so me and my wife just did it, just the two of us in the gym by ourselves. And we've been training regularly for I don't know how long, but as soon as I started doing, like I was warming up like the burpees over the dumbbell and like the dumbbell snatches, like that kind of combination into like right before I started like feeling those butterflies in my stomach and I was like getting antsy and I started pacing a little bit. I'm like, I'm the only one. I'm really the only one here. My wife, she's gonna judge me or whatever and count my reps and all that. But I'm like, this is it. There's no eyeballs on me. There's nothing. But I felt the stress, and I mean, I've had that I think I've done it. This is my 8th or 9th year. Every year is the same thing. I still get the nerves, still get the excitement, and it's weird. It's like there's like another level of psychological meaning to it. I guess what I feel when I start warming up for these kind of things.
It's cool, right? It's what makes it fun. We're trying to decide on when they started doing burpees versus Fran. Weird, I did Fran in 2015. Mason said he did it in 2014. They were already doing burpees. Andrew said in 2014 at Rogue they had stopped doing Fran. At least they didn't do it in there. And I wonder too, there might have been like a weird period in time where they like did it but they didn't, so they kind of moved away from it, but slowly.
I think Jake Chapman said something about it used to be about rig space. Here we go. It's all based on rig space. I did mine in 2012, and for the 50 of us there were only 5 rig spots, so they did burpees. So I wonder if there was like some like overlap, like you were saying, where like, okay, well, we only have an affiliate with so many spots and we have so many people in the gym, so we have to do burpees.
Yeah, like logistics more so than safety issue.
Here we go. Joe Westerland said, I can tell you. And that's actually Joe Westerland. So you probably know the best.
Joe, what's up, dude? Yeah, maybe
for a minute.
Yeah. He's Tyler Watkins said something. I did mine at Mayhem. Dre Storm was there with me. No one knew who he was at the time, and I was dead set on finishing first. I looked over and he had been done for at least a minute.
I've been trying to find the video of Dre doing 1,000 GHD sit-ups, because at one point he did like, it was like EMOM for 90 minutes or something, or however long it takes to get 1,000 GHD sit-ups. But he was just cranking them out, and I don't, for the life of me, I can't find that video. I DM'd him, but he doesn't read his DMs.
Yeah, I would say, geez, do not do 1,000 GHD sit-ups ever. That's like a death wish right there.
I did 60 today. I'm not going to be able to straighten my front side for the next week.
I stay away from that thing. Cody, the L2 is the best course that exists for coaches. Yeah, it's really great. We last month, and we're trying to get on a more monthly schedule with it, with everybody's, trying to line everybody up at the gym at the same time with our coaches. But we do our version of the L2, which is basically just stealing the material and kind of the way they run it at the L2 with the L2 handbook. And I get all of our coaches together, and we'll set a timer and we'll teach each other the movements, and we'll have 2 people that'll kind of watch and give some feedback, and we kind of build it off of the curriculum that's on the L2 book. So you guys that are, if you got a couple coaches and stuff at the gym, I really suggest, and you've taken the course, because you kind of have to know how that runs, the L2 course. But if somebody's taken it, get together with a couple of coaches and like practice. Like there's not enough time, I think, in coaching where we're not practicing in real time. So what I mean by that is, like, we're always coaching and watching people's movement and giving feedback and what have you in classes. But there's a different element of that when you just get together with a group of coaches and you're working just on honing in your craft, just on getting more precise with your progressions in your movement, more precise with the cues and the words that you're using less words to convey complex, things that you want them to do. And the other thing too is just getting like comfortable managing the group, which you could see like a lot of people that first take the L2, they get like super nervous, and then they start coaching people and they'll like leave them in positions for a really long time or end up doing like too many reps and different things like that. So there's just a lot of a lot of great stuff that comes out of just getting together with a group of coaches and saying, hey, let's spend the next hour practicing some of our movement, bust out that L2 book and start rolling through it.
How often do you do that with your coaches? Like,
not enough. We've done it quite
how
a few
often would you
times.
say you should do that with your coaches? Like a quarterly thing, monthly thing? Like,
Yeah, I would love to be able to do it on a monthly basis. We have coaches meetings on a monthly basis, but a lot of times we're getting in there and it's talking about housekeeping items or different things that we're trying to improve upon or whatever, right? So it's not just like, hey guys, we're not going to discuss anything besides working on coaching. We've done that once this year, and our goal is to try to do that once a quarter, so 4 times within this year. And hopefully that's just the baseline goal, and hopefully we could do more than that. We've also done it where I've done like a fake L1, and we did the first 30 minutes was lecture on movements, and we just did like strict press and I think squat or something that day. And then afterwards we did breakout groups where we had our coaches that were there kind of leading each breakout group of getting better at the movement, just like they do at the L1, but we opened it up free to anybody who wanted to come in. And so it was really cool because a bunch of members brought like their parents and stuff like that, because they're like, no, it's not a workout. We're just going to like learn about movement, and hopefully you could move a little better at the end of it.
Yeah.
And so we did that a couple of times too. And I want to get back to opening it up to more people because those are really, really fun to do.
Yeah, I like that.
What is this? My husband, Judy Reed, my husband never strips down and my husband never strips down and around 8 minutes took off his shirt. So I knew he was hurting. Oh, okay. I get it.
Okay.
Your husband does CrossFit too? I didn't know that.
That's dope.
Yeah,
What a
that's
cool
really
family.
cool. Yeah. Man, I'm so far behind on these comments. Oh, good. You starred a few of them. Awesome. Joe Westland. Okay, so this is talking about when they switched from Fran to burpees here. Pull-ups were removed because of the number of people falling off the bar. For a time, we allowed them, and if there are mats underneath the rigs, eventually for uniformity. In compliance with credentialing, help me out with that word, credentialing.
Credentialing. Yep.
Is that right? Wow, that didn't sound right. Credentialing, everybody would end up doing the same workout from there on out. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody else just said that they had somebody fall off the pull-up bar in their group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, right here. Was it Heather? My first L1 in 2009, a participant flew off the pull-up bar during Fran and shattered her wrist.
Oh my God.
Shit.
I wonder if they like turned sideways and tried to catch themselves or something.
He put a hand down. Have you ever seen that happen? Like, has anybody around you like went to go do a pull-up and frickin' just flop off the bar?
I almost did it to myself when I was doing toes to bar last week, but I like my hand like slipped off the bar and I just kind of like threw my hand into my face and I hit myself in the head. But that's it.
Oh, damn.
I haven't seen anybody actually do that, like actually fall off a bar though.
Chase with the probably yes, there's a reason we stopped doing Fran at once. Yeah, that was it. People flying off bars. And what Joe said makes perfect sense too. If it's a credentialed thing, like you have to uniform, like so everybody does the same thing and then go through the same course and achieve the same stuff, right?
I think to your point about like you seeing the people coaching your L1 or like running your L1, like I felt the same way, and I imagine a lot of other people would feel the same way. So if you know anything about CrossFit, you know like there's these seminar staff people, and there's seminar staff people are like legit CrossFitters, right? Like they were like the OG fire breathers. Like in mine, I had Chase Ingram was my first L1 seminar staff, and then Stacy Tovar was there, Joe Westland was there, and I can't remember the other person's name, but like when you get there, you're like, holy shit, these people are so fit. I've been watching them on YouTube for my entire freaking CrossFit lifetime, and then you just want to show out. So amplify that times 60 people in your class, and you're like, now you've got 60 people who just want to show out to these trainers. And it was, and like Jacob Hepner's sister was there, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so fucking fast, and Jacob Hepner, like, she's gonna go tell Jacob that I'm freaking fit, and I'm gonna go down to Kansas and I'm gonna train with freaking Jacob Hepner, just like
just off one workout.
yeah, dude. Like, I'm a
That's
freaking
funny.
shitbag. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to work out fast.
Dude, it's funny that we had like similar thoughts about like, oh, Jason's gonna notice me on Fran and invite me to work out. No,
That's like me
never
and 60
fucking
people.
happens.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. In fact, nobody's probably even looking at you the whole time.
Exactly.
Oh,
Maybe my
gosh.
partner, but that's it. You know, like,
Phil Kelly, Susan, can I drop in for one of those days? Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do the next one. We decided that we're gonna do it public for people that have their L1s. We have a couple people in the gym, as we call them, kind of like aspiring coaches, because like I told you guys before, we have the handbook of stuff that you have to do at CFL. So even if you have your L1 and you want to come in and coach for us, we still have you kind of go through our process. So we have a couple people who aren't coaches, but are also going to be going through the process that will be there. But yeah, Philip, you're definitely welcome. Anybody who's in the area, actually, that's L1 that wants to come to one of those, I'll post it up on my Instagram next time we do them. It won't be until April, but you're more than welcome to come down. That would be a lot of fun. We do them on Saturday mornings, at least the last couple of times we did it. Okay, we're just peeking through some of these comments here.
did you come up with that thing
super far behind.
yourself?
What?
This handbook that you've given for your gym? Like, you like kind of pulled things from there, and you've developed it into like, hey, this is what is expected of all of my coaches or all of my staff.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's right here still on the last time. Yeah, so it's this little number here, and it has like, so I was explaining this from before, but it has like an onboard process. So then that way, as you're going through, like, you know where you are in each stage. So it's like, we have just the entry stuff, like reviewing the company culture, the thing that I call the mature coach model. We talk about your personal goals, preferred schedule. We go over the job description, expectations. Then we calendar day one, collect the appropriate credentials like a W-9, L1, coaching certs, whatever. Phase one is like orientation training. So we teach them how to do like the on-ramp stuff. And like, if somebody new walks into the gym, how do you handle that? What's the expectation there? We teach them how to use the software in that. Then we do some observations. Phase two, they lead the warm up. They lead a whiteboard debrief. Phase three, they lead some barbelling drills. They give feedback on strength. They roam the floor. So it's like this whole kind of system. And then at the end of it, we sign it all off. And then we just kind of have like our different like standards that we want people to hold to. The mature coach model is actually built. A lot of this stuff is like, just like you said, plugged and pulled from other things, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, the mature coach model is actually written kind of loosely based off of like some Stephen Covey stuff. If you guys are familiar with the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And then this has like classroom procedure. So like what's expected in each section of the class. And yeah, there's a whole little deal we have them go through.
Wow.
And that's just to make sure that everybody is on the same page, because whether you're coming from another gym or whether you're just getting started out, we like to make sure that like everything is existing as supposed to. Yeah, that's it right there. That's the book. So, and we call it the mature coach because I based it off like what Stephen Covey is decided, like what he calls maturity, which is the correct amount of like consideration and courage. And so when we rely that to coaching, we say like, hey, do you have the courage to go over and tell people like, hey, your standard's slipping, or hey, that movement's wrong, or like, hey, that weight's too heavy, or like, whatever the case may be. But do you also have enough of the consideration piece to handle that tactfully, right? And so like, you've all seen that coach where they're like, hey, you're doing 95? That's way too heavy for you, dude. Take that bar down. Like,
Your shit's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's not the way you would handle that, right? So like, how do you have the correct amount of courage to get them to do the right thing, but enough consideration to where you're not harming the relationship? And then it's funny because majority of stuff in that book all has to do with handling like conflict, how you talk to members, like communication, our expectations around that. Because the coaching and seeing and correcting movement like is something that takes the reps. but the just to get comfortable with it and get more time on the floor. But the personality side of it and the way that you conduct yourself is something that needs to happen immediately, right? So like I square everybody away on that because in my opinion, that's the most important part of the coaching is like, can you communicate really effectively? Can you like lead with empathy so that way you can develop the relationship and trust with that person? Because once you have those two things down and you built the relationship, like you could coach them through anything and you get away with a lot. Like I could say, like, if I have a really great relationship with you, Caleb, and you've been in the gym for 6 months and I've given you a ton of feedback and everything else, I could look over at you and be like, Caleb, dude, 225. We just had this conversation. You're going 185 today, dude. Come on. And you'll be like, all right. And it's not going to harm the relationship because I built that foundation. Right. And you know that I'm saying it out of your like best interest, not not necessarily just because like you know, whatever, I'm trying to flex on you or something in class. Yeah. So that's what that is. And then
I'm stealing your ideas.
Oh, dude, I'll bring you the book. You could you could have it.
Because there's like a slew of things that I find wrong with things that are going on within the affiliate, and I'm like, I hate seeing problems and not having solutions to them. So in an attempt to try to improve the gym, I don't even coach there. I'm a straight up member.
Yeah.
But like taking the trash out, picking up stuff after people, like that kind of thing. And like ensuring good movement quality. And those things are like, I see them all the time when I do go in there when other members are around, and I just want to fix it so bad. So bad.
Yeah, I'll be happy to share with you. And I have this one, which is like the general manager, like head coach position.
Oh, nice.
And so what this did is like, this book's obviously much thinner, but it just lays out like what exactly is like the expectation. And so there's a whole like little list of stuff and like what exactly is your responsibilities and how are we measuring success? Like that's a big thing too. Like if you're leading an affiliate or a head coach at an affiliate and you have an expectation with your members, like have you made that expectation clear? So then that way, I mean, with your other coaches. So then that way we all know, like before this whole thing starts, like, hey, Caleb, it's supposed to look like this. This is what we want it to do, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, okay, great. That makes sense to me. Right. And so just managing expectations right from the get-go is super, super important.
Like that. Cool.
We'll go through a couple more of these. I created my own test and I gave it at the end of the weekend.
What was that test, Braylon?
Braylon, can you send us the test?
Yeah.
Joe Westland. Thinking of the brutal feeling in the forearms at the conclusion of Fran. Now imagine having your forearms in that state and then having to do a violent kip to you know, that's one of the most underestimated thing, like, is like having that forearm burn and like impressing strangers next to you is the best because that's kind of sums up exactly what
I don't even know these people. I just know I want to do good for them.
Oh my gosh. Lawsuits, are you a best hour guy? Sounds like it. They're saving CrossFit gyms through better coaching. Yes, they are. Good on them too. No, I'm not. Don't work for them. Susie, you could totally capitalize. Maybe. I don't know. It might, like, that's built really off the culture of my gym specifically and the type of member and like audience that I want to curate. And so like that might be different than other gyms. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. Like I'm way more bound to like people being introduced to CrossFit in a manner that is focused around methodology and not focused around competition. And I think a lot of other gyms like are. So like, and what I mean by that is some gyms will say, hey, go lower on your squat. And then the member will say, why? And the coach says, because it doesn't count if you don't. And then I'm like, what? It doesn't count. What does that even mean? Right. So then, because their only frame of reference is like competing. That's a no rep. It didn't count. It's like, dude, they're not in a competition and you're not the judge. You're the fucking coach. So go over and have the conversation. Hey, Caleb, I love that last squat. Do you think you could get a little lower? Can you show me like full depth here? That's it. And then I coach them through it. Good. A little lower right there. You feel that? Good. Chest up. Now drive those knees out and stand up for me. Perfect. Can you give me 2 more reps right at that depth? Awesome, dude. That looked great. Here's what I want you to do. You're going to stay in that nice full range of motion as much as you can. So that way we could always live in that range of motion and we're going to strengthen it. All right. So don't put so much weight on the bar that it's going to start to shallow out that squat because I know you could go deeper. And that's what I want us working on today.
That's something I've had to reframe.
Conversation.
Constantly been trying to reframe for myself. Because so for me, I'm like, I like to compete. Like not very good at it, but I like
Yeah.
to like have a race against somebody, you know. So for the longest, I would just look at it from like my perspective of racing. So then when I would see other people, I'm like, how do I tactfully get them to squat deeper, row better, press with full range of motion, things like that, in the frame that will improve. Now I'm looking at it from the frame of the how will it improve their life rather than how will it like how will they do better in the open without having to redo a bunch of reps because they don't squat deep enough or they don't touch their chest to the burpee or whatever, you know. So that's a good point. I like that.
Yeah, and as we do get closer to the open, when I see the members that I have signed up to, then it changes a little bit because I'm like, hey, open's coming up. Like, let's make sure that you're following these standards. Have you looked through the standards and everything else to like
I like
make
that.
sure you have it right?
You-
Yo,
Yo,
hey, you're live on there. You know that, right?
Steve.
Okay, all right, cool. I just didn't know if you were calling me or if you call.
See.
See,
Hey,
yo,
this isn't the official announcement, but I wanted to let you guys know that we, shortly after the open, will be launching the Matthan Two Brain Business affiliate film festival, film contest, $5,000 for first place, $5,000, $5,000 for first place. And for those of you who are aspiring filmmakers, successful filmmakers, tell a story in your affiliate. We'll be releasing details soon. $5,000 for first place, $3,000 for second place, and $1,000 for third place. We'll be posting your videos on our YouTube station, probably at least 10 of them. We'll be critiquing the top 3 live. This is most likely. Nothing's official yet, except that we are going to be doing it. And then we'll have one big show where we watch the 3, we talk about them, we let everyone in the community vote on them. But I think it's an awesome, awesome opportunity for affiliates to get their stories out there, to help the entire CrossFit space. And once again, Two Brains putting its money where its mouth is and supporting the affiliates. And Chris Cooper is a huge proponent of media. He believes that the heyday of CrossFit was because of media. And I'm pretty excited for you guys. I'm really, really excited. There'll be short films. There'll be some criteria, like it has to be like, you know, based on some sort of affiliate story. It'll be open to everyone in the world. And $5,000's no joke for a first place film.
yeah. If you're in a
And I bet you there won't be a lot of entries. I bet you it'll be less than like 50 entries. So the chances of winning are pretty high.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too. Like it's not gonna be huge. There's not gonna be like hundreds of them. So your chance of winning are big. And if you're an affiliate owner, like that's paying for your whole entire affiliation for the year if you win, plus $500 you get to throw in the pocket and celebrate. So that's fucking no joke.
Or de-affiliate and keep your money. Or, hey, no, I'm just joking. And here's the thing too. That thing will live on our podcast channel. So you may only have 70 subscribers to your YouTube channel. We have 27,000 voracious viewers who will be talking about your film.
Yep.
And even if your film's ass, even if you just have, you know, anything from a short to something probably 15 minutes, we'll probably have some sort of time limit. It's a really, really cool thing. I'm crazy, super excited about it. And then the other thing that's happened is we've started using AI for anyone who speaks Portuguese or anyone who knows any people in Portuguese affiliates. There's a Sevan Podcast Portuguese station. And I believe the behind the scenes 1A launches on there today, if it hasn't launched already.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool.
My last interview with Dave Castro is already up there.
Yep.
And has been dubbed with Portuguese. And the behind the scenes will be coming out too. So those are 2 really cool things.
Yeah, that's all. I got super excited about the translation stuff because we do have plans to kind of make this available in a couple different languages. So yeah, please promote this, guys, to anybody who you know who speaks Portuguese, so we could send some love to our friends in Brazil.
And don't forget, guys, Friday, Jason Hopper versus Taylor Self. Taylor Self's 1-0. He's repping hard. The Born Primitive CA Peptides CrossFit Charlotte Open 24.1 is going down on Friday. Thursday, we will also have a show right after they announce the Open. Then we'll have another show in the evening. And then Friday, and I think we're going to go an hour earlier. It's not confirmed yet, but I think we're going at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this week. So be ready. Yeah, I'm pumped.
I know.
And also make sure if you're in New Jersey, go visit Gabe at his new shop. God, he's releasing content from there. It looks so cool. The Paper Street Coffee Store in the Creskills.
Yeah,
looks amazing.
So that place looks so nice. The only thing that I dislike about it is it's not in my neighborhood and I can't walk down there and like have coffee and hang with Gabe.
Oh,
He's only opened them in bougie neighborhoods. These are not inclusive stores.
There has to be a Whole Foods within 5 minutes, where else Paper Street won't open.
Yeah, there's a bougie part of Livermore. Maybe one will open there.
Yeah. There is. We could see that happening, maybe by Ruby Hill out here or something. You know,
Dang,
we're showing it now. The place looks crazy, dude. It looks so cool.
Yeah. And guys, also the Matthan is selling like crazy. The orders are taking about a week to get out. I've received feedback from 20 people, all amazing. I haven't seen one negative thing. And there isn't anything negative about it. That's why you are absolutely, I was talking to someone who got it last night and they're like, holy cow, you were right. My teeth actually feel like clean. And you kind of don't know what that's like until you use a tooth powder.
I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, if you haven't got that, I highly, highly recommend it. One of my buddies got it, and his wife doesn't want to share the jar with him because you have to you have to touch your toothbrush in there, right? You get your toothbrush wet and then tap it out on the side.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to share the same jar. My whole family shares the same jar.
Yeah.
We're disgusting. But that's how we keep COVID alive in my family.
Keep the dream alive, baby.
Yeah, keep that shit circulating. Make sure the virus is mutating at a quick speed.
In our petri dish, that is the Matthan.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Quite a few people. Eric Wise, Matthan coming today. My Matthan, Corey Leonard, my Matthan powder is outstanding. Augustus, my Matthan powder is getting delivered today. Yeah. Get with the program, Chasing Rin. My only negative thing is that my order hasn't arrived yet. It's good stuff.
Yeah, each jar is basically handmade, right? There's no factory. There's Doc Spartan. You got to go over to Doc Spartan. And that's the other thing too. Every single person making the Matthan and participating in the process is a CrossFitter.
Yep.
Every single one. And every single one is out of Portsmouth, and every single one has gone through, a year of rehab and had to work out there a year. And they're people who you're really supporting a good cause and a good group of people.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the documentary that Dale King put out, you got to see it. What's the name of it? Do you remember the name of that documentary?
Small Town Strong.
Yeah, Small Town Strong. If you want to see the people who are making the Matthan, you can watch that documentary and you can see it.
Yeah, it's like we're almost like FUBU, dude. For us, by us.
Yes, and all the products are the eggshells and the bentonite clay. They're all sourced from places that have been vetted at the highest level. So I'm pumped.
Yeah,
I'm really pumped.
Monica says it's different for sure, but my teeth have never been cleaner.
Damn.
Yeah, is that a compliment? It's different for sure.
Yeah, it is. That's a compliment.
I mean, there is a component of it. Just we joke around about just throwing a handful of dirt in your mouth and brushing your teeth.
Right.
I mean, it's not, but I mean, the first couple of times you do it, you're like, wow, this is not what I've never done anything like this.
I'm excited. Whitney Davis ordered hers on Friday, so she's pumped too.
Yeah, where she lives, it won't get there till another 3 months. I sent her a Slack box, cost $300, and was delivered by camel.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I wonder where she lives.
Hey,
on
Monica.
A dirt road somewhere.
Monica confirmed it's a compliment.
Oh, okay.
So just so you know. Hey, I saw this thing last night in my it pops up in my algorithm that the United States is only 2.3 miles away from Russia. and there's this
Oh.
2 islands that sit in between Alaska and whatever that part in Russia is.
Oh yeah, I read the wiki articles on those islands. Fascinating, right?
Yes, yeah, and there's a town right on the edge of the one in the U.S. and apparently the bigger one in Russia like is only inhabited by military personnel, but there's a town of
Yeah.
80 people on that island, and it's right on the edge of it. And when it freezes, you could obviously like walk across. Yeah, right there. The how do you say that?
Diomede Islands?
Diomede Island. Yeah, that's where Whitney Davis lives. And even she received her Mattuthian tooth powder, guys. No excuses. Order yours today. It'll even make it to the little island of 80 people.
Hey, let's find someone who lives there and get them on the show. You think they have internet there?
I don't know.
They got like a satellite or something.
Dude, when they show it, like in the thing that I watch and you zoom in, it's like literally it's just this small fucking collection of houses like right on the edge of the island.
Yeah, I got to get someone on the show who lives out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
also, as Susan said, tomorrow's going to be a very interesting show. Tomorrow's going to be a really fun show. The producer of the Mark Bell podcast is coming on, Andrew.
Yeah.
And we'll get to ask him about what happened to Mark Bell's YouTube station, how it got taken down, how they got it back up. We'll talk to him about all the different guests that they've had on, how he started the podcast. Mark Bell was a pioneer in talking openly about doing steroids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty cool. I'm really, really excited to have him on. I don't know if any of you guys watched UFC Fight Pass last night, but Craig Jones fought last night. He's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. And in his post-game speech, when they put the mic up to his mouth, they said, "Hey, Craig, anything you want to say?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he flexed his muscles. And I go, "I want to thank my steroid sponsor. I wouldn't be here without steroids." And as much as I'm not a proponent of steroids by any means, but the honesty, I commend the honesty.
And do you think he was being serious though? Because he says a lot. He also calls it like Mexican ground karate and claims that like the cocaine helps him. Have you seen all his bits? Do you think he was being serious
with all the ladies in Thailand or whatever?
Yeah.
I do think Craig Jones has been open about his use, and he's being honest. I mean that jiu-jitsu sport at the highest level is it's steroid haven. I mean the guys you haven't, the foreheads on these guys are insane.
And Caleb just brought it up here. I could like looking at him now in this photo, he kind of looks a little thicker here.
Oh, incredible. First of all,
So,
I want to
all right, guys. Thank you. That's all I got.
All right, cool. Safe drive on the rest of it. I'll call you after the show.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. I like how it does like a beep, beep, beep at the end.
Here today,
he says
without the power of steroids, thanks to my sponsor, Everton, 5% off. Use the coupon code BTeam.
Coupon code BTeam if you want some fucking steroids.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I guess that's what FUBU stands for. Yep, sure does. Learn something new
or something.
What's that?
Was FUBU wasn't that a clothing brand? FUBU.
Yeah. The dude who's also on Shark Tank started it. Is it Draymond?
Yeah. I forget
his last name, but yeah, that was a company he started with. Susan, here you talk about trainers drew several parallels between fire service training and CrossFit. Check out the book Attention and Motor Skills Learning by one of two. Cool, I'll check it out. Thanks, so cool.
Damon John is his name. That's the guy who owns it.
Monica is going to order her husband his own jar as well. Okay, cool. I look through validations by affiliate owners have to be in by Wednesday. Mark Moss asks, I think so, but do not take that from me. I just do them when they come.
Sign the check.
Yeah. Joe Westland, I believe Craig Jones uses TRT, but does not use testosterone analogs. Okay.
Guessing that's other versions of testosterone, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not all up to speed on all that stuff.
You want to know who probably does steroids?
Who?
This guy. This
Oh,
cop right here.
trooper who doesn't miss leg day pushes Hale Bay off road.
Those things are like 1,000 pounds, by the way. That's not light. This is in the middle of Missouri on a highway. Police officer. I'm guessing some tractor trailer dropped a hay bale on the road. And they
Yeah.
time to come pick it up. This guy's out here by himself.
Damn, he's worn with it too. Like he's trying to get a knee under it.
Yep. It's like
and
a
it was
tire flip.
yeah. And see, that mistake right there is the same mistake Taylor used when the pig fell on him.
That's right, huh?
But this officer was able to handle business.
Pretty impressive.
Push that dirt off your shoulder. That's awesome.
Definitely on roids. Or does CrossFit. Or does CrossFit.
I support it. It should be part of their medical.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we should. The fire, police, military should all get TRT.
Yeah, Cave Dasher agrees. All cops should be on steroids. Government funded.
See? Not wrong. I like it.
Maybe we should show Taylor this video. Yeah, probably, Mason. He tried the technique.
I bet you a few people have sent it to him. You probably know. If we got it 20 times, I guarantee somebody else got it. He got it at least once.
That's funny. All right, let's land the plane, huh? You want to just pick one more thing off that live call-in list, and we'll use it as our parting notes here. Man, whenever I like wake up early in the morning at 4:45 for whatever reason, the very first thing I think of is like, fuck, I also have to close the gym tonight. It's like the first thought that came to my head. Like, it was just one of those situations. Like, I woke up and I was like super tired, and I was like, man, I have 5:30 a.m. class and then a bunch of stuff between now and the middle of the day. Then I go back and coach the afternoon. So I'm there for 4:30 class, and then I'll hang out for 5:30. Then I'll coach 6:30 and close it down.
Do you have like a nap couch in your gym? Like do you have like an office and you got like
yeah. Definitely there's a couch in there. Definitely big enough to take a nap. I haven't really like that often. It just depends on how long I'm there for. But honestly, Albert is there throughout the day longer than I am. Like he'll get there like a little bit before 8, and he's there like the whole entire time.
And he uses the nap couch probably.
Definitely uses the nap couch. That's right.
I just saw that said Sean Strickland, and I like what he's been doing lately. So
okay, is this old though?
Is it old? If it's old,
I don't know. Let's play it.
Let's
sure,
see.
Just play it. Let's see what's cracking.
We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said if I had a gay son, I would think I'd.
Oh, look, another. I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and some would say.
Let me ask you something. Are you gay? No, are you? Let me know. Are you gay?
Can I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking. This is a part of. Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're like, you're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. Like, when he sees the bank accounts, like, you're just fucking pathetic. And the fact that you have no fucking backbone, and has he shut down your fucking country and seized bank accounts? You ask me some stupid shit like that, go fuck yourself. Move the.
Yeah. So this guy, he's been on a tear lately. I think he was gonna do some like nitro cross thing where it was like I don't know what nitro cross is exactly, but you drive cars around and like dirt and shit.
Yeah.
And around the same time, he had run into Megan Fox's boyfriend or husband or whatever, the dude. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Is it Machine Gun Kelly? Is that guy?
Yep.
And he's like, he runs into him. He's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, what's your deal? I don't know. Like, you look like a fucking phony or whatever he calls him. And then, like, after that, everybody's just like, oh yeah, we can't touch Sean Strickland now. We don't align with his ideals. And so, a lot of stuff was like being pulled from him. And he's like, dude, he's like in his Tesla, just talking about how it's like, this is ridiculous. All you guys are just being woke assholes. And
yeah, and he's definitely not standing for it. Like, you could tell this. And Sean Strickland's just a different creature. Like, I mean, he's the type of dude too that clearly, and he's done it before, where you say a couple of the wrong things and he'll just smack you in the face.
Yep.
And be like, fuck off. Do you see where he beat up that dude Sneeko?
Yes.
In that sparring match?
He's like,
Dude.
I wouldn't treat anybody different. It's like
Yeah.
he wanted to get in the cage with me, so we got in the cage, and guess what? I beat the shit out of him because
he
that's
beat
what
his
we do when
ass.
we spar.
But you could kind of tell he had some respect for him afterwards when he was like, "Damn, you didn't go down, Sneeko. You wouldn't fall down." And dude, just like face all bloody, just kind of pacing around the cage. And he's like, "I'll hand it to him. That's good." He was just like, "Fuck, I don't know where I'm at." Katie Gannon, welcome to the show. Can someone catch me up on why there were like 3 workouts at the open announcement? That made any sense? Yeah,
The golden
welcome.
barbell, Katie. They were trying to win the golden barbell.
It's like, welcome to the club. Yeah, I think communication could definitely be something. Communication when it comes to the games team is an opportunity for improvement there. Let's just say that.
I like that. That's
There's
good.
there's a strong opportunity for improvement in communication on the games team side. So we look forward to that opportunity being fulfilled. Katie, and I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like how Savon took Monica's comment. Like, is she insulting us? Is this a troll, or was this meant to be as a compliment? Caleb and Susan, my favorite podcast sidekicks.
Thanks, Katie.
And then she follows it up with a question as if I'm gonna fucking answer that after that one. Jeez, you should reverse the order on that bad boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
shit sandwich, Cave Astro.
yeah. I'm an ally of the community. Wasn't a fan of that statement.
I don't even know what that means. I'm an ally of your mom.
Yeah, see, Chase nailed it. Backhanded compliment. That's what I was thinking too. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, how's your little business doing? Your little business doing good?
Hope your
Is it taking
podcast takes off. How's the house coming along? I know that's tough. Yeah, it's fucking horrible, dude. It's everything sucks.
Oh my gosh. She said y'all the G team was a compliment. Okay. It actually is if you looked at the title of the show with Caleb Matt. So
Thanks, Katie. You're great.
There you go. This Vaughn podcast announcements was where it's at. Just wish it wasn't during Friday Night Lights. Yeah, if you're on the West Coast, as am I, you're juggling the Friday Night Lights at your gym or doing the workout or being a part of that and then trying to watch it. We just threw it up on the screen at the gym and just let it run where I was and checked in on it as much as I could. But yeah, managing both those things are a bit tough. Opportunity for improvement, great coaching. Yeah, you like that? See, wasn't being like rude or nothing. Just
I liked when when the time frame for the open announcement was like in the evening classes. So you could just show up at like your 5 p.m. class or whatever, and then you watch the announcement, and then immediately after everybody would go do it. The midday thing, I don't like that. But I liked when everybody could watch it at one time, and then you get heats together, and then everybody goes and does it immediately.
Yeah, I used to do it that way, just because like managing the Friday Night Light stuff, it's like I never would have a chance to do anything for myself.
Yeah.
And so for a while, like Grace and I or Albert and I would just do it right after. We'd like see it announced. We'd get the standard, like whatever the standards were, and then we would just do it. And then it'd give us more insight on, how to help coach other people through it or whatever. And at the same time, then we got to do it on our own time, because when I'm doing the Friday Night Lights or Grace or Albert, like everybody's like answering questions, helping people get warmed up, like doing all these different tasks. And like all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, it's your heat time." And you're like, "Fuck, okay. I'm just, I guess I'll just start." Like no warm up, nothing. Then you get into the workout and you're like gassed, and then you're like pissed off because like you didn't have a fair shot at it. And then, your score comes in and you're all upset. Or maybe that's just me, but that's how it goes.
Competitive.
Katie Souza doesn't have a first name. Exactly. He's Souza. Oh my goodness. This is Sergio and Souza's show is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Sergio.
Yeah. Did you hear? Were you? Oh, okay. So the, gosh, I can't remember his name. The GoRuck product designer, the head of product at GoRuck.
Yes.
Paul. Yes. Paul Litchfield. That's right.
Yep.
He came on. He didn't know that I was on the back end or like who was on the back end, but he just knew that somebody was there. and I think he remembered your name, but not
Okay.
exactly remembered your name. So I
Okay.
pulled something up, and he goes, "Oh, great work, Sergio." And so then everybody kind of ran with the fact that Paul Litchfield called me Sergio, and so
Oh,
now I'm Sergio. That's
dude, that's fucking great. I don't know how I missed that.
I think it was pretty funny. But yeah, but afterwards he remembered my name. He remembered my name after that because
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, that's Caleb," and he's like, "Oh, thanks, Caleb. Great job, kid." He said that a lot. And I was like,
He's like, where the fuck's Sergio though?
"Yeah, right." He's a nice guy. He did not do that
That's
on purpose. It was a nice
that's
guy.
hilarious. Katie, are open redos cool or douchey? Good question.
I used to be
Good
down for
question.
redos. The only time I did a redo and got better was the time that I did the open workout after like a night of drinking and was dehydrated and no food, and then I felt like absolute shit. So then waited 2 days and I did it, and obviously I got a better score because I wasn't fucking dumb. But every other time I've redone a workout, it's been like 1 or 2 reps better, if not like a couple seconds. It never
Yeah,
worked.
it's like once you run the race, you kind of know this is where it's gonna get hard, pace it better here. Like you have your whole like game plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind the redo, especially like if you don't feel like you put your best foot forward or you weren't able to, and like you could get a better score, or like maybe you mispaced it, or you let just the anxiety of the 3-2-1 go, like, get to you. So you just started out too hot. And once you go through it the first time, you're obviously gonna be able to have a better score the second time. I don't think I've redone many open workouts. Maybe like a couple of them, because I just also think too, I've like seen it. I'm like, do I really want to go through all this for like 4 more reps, which is like, 40 more spots on the leaderboard? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll make it up with like a heavier clean or like being able to do gymnastics in the next workout or something,
Yeah.
That's my thought.
We're all going to be together this weekend for 24.2.
Are we going to do it? Are we all going to do it together?
I think so. Did you see what I don't know if it was in the comments here, like where I saw it, but Dale basically was like, "All right, boys, all of us are doing it, right?" I was like,
Oh shit. Now I just got a little nervous.
Yeah, me too.
I got to show up for Dale.
Dude, I'm gonna have my list of excuses that I'm gonna email everybody ahead of time. Like, hey guys, Matt here. Just look up, my arm. You guys heard about my arm. Sleep hasn't been great. Workouts, I've been real busy. My workouts haven't been that much. So,
Right.
I'm not gonna do as great as I could have. But
Like I got to travel, I got to fly there.
yeah, I gotta fly time zones and shit. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I still got to get my 10 hours, 10 hours of sleep. I don't know if I'm going to have the same pre-workout.
Yeah.
Shit,
I'm
man, I
not
don't
regular
know.
in my bowel movements. There's a lot of different things.
Scrap it. We'll do it before I get there.
Katie, what about a scaled open redo? I definitely wouldn't.
If you scaled the workout the first time and you think you do it RX, then do it.
Oh,
But
Oh.
if you just, I mean, no offense, but if you just scaled it and you're going to scale it again, fuck it. It doesn't really matter that much.
yeah, I agree. I really like what you said the first time though, Caleb. Like if you did it scaled, then you're having second thoughts. Like maybe I should have just done this RX. Like I think I could do it, and then you decide to redo it. I like that. I'm for that. Like if a member came up to me at the gym and asked, I would say, yeah, you should go for it. If you're feeling good, your body feels good, and you want to try it RX because you already did scaled, like get after it for sure. I do think that there is something to the other part of what Caleb said too, which is like, hey, like what are you really kind of doing it for? Like if you just did it for scale, then you just wanted to compete it and be on the leaderboard and have fun, like there's probably not too much of a reason to put too much, like take yourself through that stress of trying to figure out another time, and then you have to get your judge on your own time and all that other stuff that comes with it. So I probably would not recommend somebody redo the scaled workout twice. Do it and live stream it. We've been kicking around some ideas. Be
a big group of us doing it. It'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, you should have heats, Sousa versus Dale, and no, it should be Caleb versus Dale. Like unless I don't think you guys realize, like, did you hear all my excuses? You thought those were jokes. That was real. Like, unless you wanted to see me like
I'm not lying.
Resting for the but I do think we have plans to film some cool stuff. I've been really pushing to try to make sure we have some cool content out there that we could drop for members only. By the way, we'll drop for members and eventually it will become public, but hopefully we do some cool stuff. I'd love to do a little behind the scenes of the Broken Science event. I don't know what we'll have time for and how that all goes. So no promises, but it's definitely in the thoughts there.
We'll have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
Or I'll have. I mean, at least I want to do it. My wife wants to do it too, so at least 2 of us will want to do it.
Yeah, and I will be there to judge you guys, so we're good to go. I'll be crew and support. Olivia, this photo you got, it's kind of interesting. Is that
I can't tell what it is.
I think it's a bathtub or
Outdoor
a hot
bathtub.
tub or something. I don't know.
I was expecting to see boobs in there or something, and there's none. It's just like foam.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Paulina's gonna be there.
Oh, okay. So she'll judge. It's an outside bath.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Fair enough. But no, I haven't tried the pep. Did you see the video that Taylor put out like a year ago where like I filmed him getting blood and I almost passed out, and then I was supposed to get my blood taken and then the phlebotomist was like, yeah, we can't deal with him. He has no color in his face. And I was sitting there like, I feel really weird. I don't know why. So yeah,
my lips are tingling and I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, no peptides. No peptides for me.
Oh dang. Olivia says there was. My husband has that pic.
Oh. Well, for the rest of us, it'll be only in our imagination. Kristen, Sousa cries post sex. Okay, dude, look. You said you weren't going to tell anybody. Okay. You promised.
Damn, dude.
And then you comment on here. It was a rough day. I was feeling a lot of emotions. Christian, I just need you to hold me.
It's just having a euphoric moment. Jeez.
Sousa, that story lives on at CA Hormones. The phlebotomist is still laughing at you. Yeah, you're probably right. But I was able to. What did you say?
I did that to a guy when I was deployed. So we had to like pull blood from him, and I stuck him and tried to get some blood from him, and almost immediately the dude went flush and just like, and then we had to like I'd like carry him to a stretcher and then lay him down and then put the railings up and then what was even worse is he just started like just Taylor self type vomiting into a trash.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like,
oh shit. See, I try to stay away from that. I didn't do it like that bad, but I definitely got a little. It gets easier each time. Are you talking about giving blood or
having sex
or our other story? Sousa an excuse machine, and honestly, same. Yeah, it's just like I said, I'm going through a lot for this open workouts.
Shit's hard, man.
I'm a survivor. All right, I got a jam. I got to head out for the day. Jesus carried by Caleb after you passed out.
He's a big guy. Stuff.
Yeah. What a bitch.
I was like, sorry, dude. While he was vomiting, he was
like, oh my goodness. Okay, we'll be back at Savon will be back at his normal time tomorrow, 7 a.m. We have Andrew from the Mark Bell podcast. You guys heard unofficially announced we're going to be doing our affiliate. What did Savon call it? I don't even remember the
Matthan Two Brain Business Film Festival.
The Matthan Two Brain Business Film Festival. You guys will be able to highlight a story inside your affiliate and submit it, and we will be posting them on the channel and then voting. First place prize $5,000, second place $3,000, last place $1,000. So you can make some serious money doing it too. So if you guys are creative and want to tell a story inside your gym, please do so. Or if you know a creative, reach out to them. Let them know we're doing this. We're hoping to get some cool stuff. Cool. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on at 11 tomorrow too. I didn't use any of my material for this show on purpose.
Nice.
That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Thanks for hanging out with Caleb and I today.